I am a B1 athlete, no light perception, completely blind. I went blind on a cruise to the Bahamas around 2-3 years ago. It was March 3 years ago. And that's when I started coming to this camp that summer. And this is my 3rd year.
Alexander Dodds is one of dozens of athletes who travels to Erie, Pennsylvania each summer. There they'll compete, practice, and train in the athletic complex of Penn State Barron College. This athletic summer camp is different than most because the athletes come with different levels of vision impairment, some of them completely blind. But that doesn't stop them from performing, competing, and working to be the very best at the sports they love.
Envision fills my cup every summer. You know, I make the 6-hour trip back from Maryland. I leave my kids for the week because of how much and how important this is to me. I see what it does for our athletes, how it empowers them. They get to go home, they get to promote their participation in sport within their high schools and their middle schools. And then I learn from them, and I take that back, and it makes me a better teacher when I go home.
It's not just a feel-good sports camp. We want them to gain the skills, the knowledge, and take that back and advocate for themselves. So that got me in year 1. I think I'm on year 7, 8, or 9 now. I keep coming back. It actually changed my career path. I was a master's in adaptive physical activity, thought I'd be doing some athletic training, and then now I'm finishing my last semester of schooling to become a TVI in the fall, which is TVI is a teacher of the visually impaired. So
I was born with retinoblastoma, which is an eye cancer. I could see for a little bit up until about 5 years old.
In my years of telling stories about athletes, I'm often moved by their drive to be the best. Well, now I've met Morgan Batu, an 18-year-old multi-sport athlete from South Carolina who travels to Erie for the Envision camp every year. She's not just here to participate, she's out to win.
This way, now go heels.
That's hard. Whoa. Heels is way harder.
Heels. Nice. Still keep heels. There you go.
While Morgan comes to Envision Camp to get better and to learn, it's actually her that we could learn from ourselves. Imagine living in a world and trying to envision it without having sight.
Woo! Nice job.
I almost lost my balance so bad on that.
From losing your vision young, do you remember what a sunset looks like? Do you remember what the blue sky looks like?
Honestly, I remember it in like a contrast type of way. Like I remember looking at the grass or up at the sky and seeing that difference. But I don't remember things like stars. Stars are extremely difficult for me to comprehend. Sunsets, also never saw that. But I do remember fireworks. One of my earliest memories was fireworks at Disney World. But that's like the only thing I can pretty much remember of that sort. It's more just like I remember colors, and I remember like playing with my friends and being able to like play tag. I don't know why that is so vivid to me, but that's like the memory I go back to a lot, is like either seeing my mom or dad in front of me, they're wearing a certain outfit and I just have that image in my head now.
When I'm lucky enough to get to tell the story of a great athlete, I'm not worried about the number of clicks or views that story might get. I am trying to connect with family, friends, and the athlete themselves. So telling this story troubled me because I know that athletes like Morgan can't see. So how do I get the message across with a video of how special they truly are and how inspirational they are to us all?
You're absolutely amazing.
I appreciate that.
And I'm struggling today. I got to be honest with you. I'm going to put this right in your hands like I did with another young man. Just sit it right there.
Okay.
Do you know what it is?
No. Wait, no.
It's one of my cameras. Nikon mirrorless camera.
That's cool.
And it creates the most visual and unbelievable images, and people will say to me, boy, you're a great photographer. No, Nikon creates the image, and I always say that I try to capture the moment.
Yes.
So I'm here capturing some moments with a camera, and I might be able to get the boss and the other counselors to say, well, that's really nice. How do I tell this story that I touch you, that makes you realize that you've really connected with some people and
Yes.
you are special? How does a person who takes vision for granted look at life differently, maybe, is the better question.
That's a hard question. I mean, moments are like the hardest thing to capture. I'm very similar in that way. I'm a very visual blind person. I've always tried to be. So not being able to see pictures is actually very difficult for me because I can't like picture what the people I love look like. And knowing that, and knowing I will never know that probably, or at least never comprehend that gravity, is insanely difficult. But if you know, kind of touch on the moments of connection and moments of like, you could go into like finer details or talk about how, you know, it's not all about a picture and it's about like what you saw in the people or the energy of the room. Like, you know, a picture can say, it can capture body language, right?
Yeah.
But body language isn't everything. So like, if someone's talking to you, they're either confident or they're really shy, or maybe they're, you know, the most outgoing person, but they have just this energy about them. You can kind of focus on that because I think a big part of, I don't know, life is just reading energy.
The energy that Morgan and the other Envision athletes bring to the games is truly special. In fact, the counselors, the athletes, the families, and anyone given the opportunity to watch them do what they do is sure to be inspired.
I actually sat with our counselors last night and I said, you know, I can sit here, I can plan our busing, I can plan every outdoor adventure that we do, I can call every coach, I can feed us every day, but we can't do it without the 55 full-time counselors, the countless part-time, the you know, unlimited coaching, elite coaching coaches that we get that come in. I mean, Wendy and I can't run the camp without these people who do it for free. So.
What message do you bring back to Grove City?
Yeah, I mean, I really bring back that anybody can really do anything. I mean, a lot of kids sometimes think that just because they either have a disability or vision impaired, that they think they can't do everything that everybody else can do. And really, everybody is basically equal in all these sports that are here.
Out of curiosity, over these years, have you ever gotten on the mat to spar and blindfolded yourself? Just to imagine what your athletes are going through?
Sometimes in practice. I mean, if I'm just rolling around with friends, I mean, I'll just see if I can do it with my eyes closed, and it is a lot harder than it seems.
I didn't do too much stuff before I started coming here. Wasn't very active, but when I did start, I made some great friends. I got to do a lot more things I wasn't used to doing, and I felt like it opened up more opportunities for me than what I had before.
It's such an amazing population and people just don't understand that they can do everything that we can do, they just can't see. It's just like you with no vision, and they just want to connect. And so I think that's the biggest thing is people don't know what they haven't encountered before, and the more people that we can have meet these kids and the more people that we can educate as Envision, I think is a win because it's tough. People are scared of what they don't know, and these kids deserve to have friendships and connect and learn sports and do everything else that we're doing.
It's all about the games we're blessed to play, running head first in every day. We race, we battle till the clock runs dry, giving all we've got just to prove we try. From the court to the field to the pool so wide, every step's a test, every turn's a fight. Looking for a win they can call their own, with heart and grit, they're never alone. It's more than a whistle, Every athlete step into the light, carries courage into every fight. Obstacles stand in the way ahead, but they push on forward, never misled. They learn the rhythm, they read the sound, they feel the energy all around. What others miss, they hold so clear. The game comes alive when they're right here. It's not about sight, it's the soul inside. It's the strength to stand when the world says hide. Envision Sports, they train with fire, with passion, heart, and a rising desire. They don't just play, they feel a way through, see the game in ways most never do. Yeah, when the odds say no and the doubt runs deep, they find a way, they learn to see. They may look different to you and me, but they chase the game with belief so free. Yes, it's true, these athletes are blind, but they read the moment, the pulse, the time. They sweat, they bleed, they give it all. They rise back up every time they fall. When the final buzzer fills the air, they prove they've seen what others never dared. And Envision Sports, the truth is clear. These are the heroes we need right here. Not with their eyes, but courage and breath. They stare down fear, they outrun doubt and death. At Envision Sports, they show us the way, how to find belief when hope feels far away. You'll lead the game changed, inspired to be more than you were when you came to see. They teach us all how to truly compete. Maybe not with eyes, but with heart and soul. They see the game, and they see us home.